Here we go. Oh, the same shot as like season 1, but it's in the daytime. Oh my gosh. Okay, we are 30 minutes into the first episode, and so far, I gotta say, I'm liking it. I'm liking it compared to how I felt the first 30 minutes of the first episode of season 3 back in 2019, and even the first 30 minutes of the first episode of season 4 as well. I am significantly enjoying this more. I will say that 100%. The tone is on point. Nothing has really jumped out at me so far as being like, I didn't really like that. There is not an overabundance of comedy at all yet, really. There's been a couple humorous moments, but more similar to the way it used to be, you know, pre-season 3 in the first 2 seasons, where the humor just was kind of, you know, it would come and go conversationally or whatever. Even what we've gotten of Murray so far, I don't mind. Finn's given the performance. I'm feeling season 1 and 2 Mike again for the first time in a long time. And obviously we're getting a different vibe from Dustin this season. Obviously he is grieving Eddie. We know this, but he's a little bit more serious for a change, and that's kind of cool. Yeah, I don't know. Obviously, Will just had like his first sort of experience with the sky spinning, and we know that that's gonna lead to something. And now we paused with Holly at the park, and I'm sure this is gonna lead to something as well. But yeah, so far, so good. And I'm actually really liking the vibe of the Steve and Robin storyline this time, especially as someone who loves music and everything. I'm liking the radio station location. And yeah, we're doing the crawl in the tunnels and all this stuff. It's seeming good. So liking it all so far. I'm just popping in to give my live thoughts as we go. Let's continue. All right, episode 1 done. And I gotta say, I'm happy.
It was good.
Yeah, my mom off camera, for those of you that watched my Walking Dead reactions back in the day. Yeah, I'm happy. I got nothing really to say other than what I said before. The tone is on point. Literally, there was nothing in that episode that I was like, eh. There was nothing.
It was tense.
Yep. There was no, it felt quiet and grounded and intimate again a lot of the times.
Like 1 and 2.
More like 1 and 2. More like seasons 1 and 2. And you know, I'm saying the Duffer Brothers, you know, they said that, and it's just like how it gets to a point where you're like, can I really trust what they say? Like, so far, I think it's pretty successful, honestly.
Let's get on to Holly.
Yes, let's get on it. I think it's clear now that it's going to be the vanishing of Holly Wheeler, I believe. That'll be the title. And I wonder if they're ever going to change it, because it says the vanishing of ... Maybe they're waiting for this first day and then they'll officially change it. I don't know, but good cliffhanger.
Yeah.
For the end of the first episode. Because that was something else. As we were doing our rewatch in preparation for season 5, the cliffhangers were kind of weak in seasons 3 and 4. I was like, the cliffhangers weren't really like cliffhanging the way they used to me at least.
This one makes you want to go.
But that one was good. That one was taking me back. I feel like that was good. All right, so I hate that we don't have the whole season, but it's feeding me. It's feeding me good so far. So episode 2, let's go. The cold open of episode 2. That was good. Oh my God. I was getting teary-eyed because they don't actually like, she should die because they don't kill people very often that are like, there it is, the vanishing of Holly Wheeler. Oh my God. Oh my God, there it is.
That was a great cold open.
It was.
Seeing what it was seeing, thinking what it was thinking. It's so hard to remember everything. It's almost like a dream.
It's giving season 2.
I must have somehow tapped back into the hive mind.
Season 2. Episode 2 down. Do gotta say, kind of feels like Karen should have died. I will say that. It does sort of feel like, why does no one die? I had tears in my eyes at the thought that she was actually gonna die because it looked so serious. And now suddenly she's awake in the hospital, able to write. Like, it's just sort of like, I feel like she probably should have died right away there at the start of the episode, right? To really show us that, you know, it's no joke this season. People are going to be dying, you know? But she's alive, but we don't know about Ted. Ted could be dead for all we know. One of the Wheeler parents should die, I think. Because both of them survive. What are we doing? But yeah, episode 2 down. It was good. I have thoughts, but I'm too involved in following everything that I can't formulate them right now. But we know right now episode 3 is the Turnbow trap. We're officially going to be introduced to Derek Turnbow in this episode, I'm assuming, which was the one thing I was worried about this season if you watched my trailer review and breakdown. So far these first 2 episodes were great. I will say Steve is weird this season. He's weird. I don't know if it's what's going on with Joe Keery's performance, but his voice sounds super deep. Like he doesn't even really sound like Steve. I don't know if it's just because Joe Keery is in his 30s now and whatever, but I feel like even last season, season 4, his voice was higher than it is in this season. So I don't know. He just sounds kind of weird. He doesn't sound like him. And he's also being like harsh. Like he's being really harsh and just sort of, I don't know, rude a little bit. I mean, I know he's going through something and obviously Dustin's going through something and they're putting a little bit of friction in between the precious duo this season, which I'm sure will eventually turn around. But that is a little weird. And the whole Jonathan versus Steve thing, I'm not crazy about that. I'm not crazy about it. Bro, Steve, let it go. There were a lot of great things in that last episode. Loved all the conversations. The conversation with Elle and Hop reminded me of season 2. Conversation with Joyce and Will reminded me of season 2. So, I mean, I'm happy with all of that. So, but again, I hate that we don't have the whole season at our disposal anymore and that there's only 2 left tonight. And then another agonizing month. And obviously, you guys, you know I still want Kali to come back this season. I am fully expecting her, if she does come back, I'm fully expecting her to be a volume 2 character. I'm not getting my hopes up for anything tonight, but I hope by the end of episode 4, we get at least a little tease, maybe something that could hint at her coming back in volume 2. Because I'm telling you, I'm going to be so disappointed if she doesn't. And it's crazy because this season seems awesome so far. And I'm saying, like, it's literally been since 2017 that I've felt like a season of Stranger Things is awesome. Which I know is a hot take for a lot of people. You know, a lot of people loved 3 and 4, but I didn't get this feeling with 3 and 4. So the fact that I'm getting this feeling is making me feel like now is finally the time for Kali to come back at some point in this season, but we'll see. Anyway, so yeah, everything else was cool. This demo vision stuff that they had talked about, all connected with Will seeing from the victim's eyes. That's a whole thing I'm going to need to sit with and rewatch and really kind of get to the bottom of this new lore development. But yeah, Will and Robin teaming up, that's going to be cool. Obviously, I think Will is going to come out to Robin eventually. And then I think that'll lead him on the path towards coming out to his friends and everybody as well. So that's a cool team up. I like them. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's pretty much all my thoughts on episode 2 right now. Because right now it's so far so good, so I don't want to jinx it. Episode 3. Let's go. Episode 3. Okay, I'm shaking because we're 43 minutes into the Turnbow trap and Elle just said that they're keeping someone in that door, and I had a feeling that that's what they were getting at. She said, someone powerful like me. I screamed. But then she says, they have him. They have Vecna. If they want to track down Elle so bad, why don't they care about Kali? Why? Kali's the third one. Why? Because I think we know that we see Vecna in episode 4, right? I'm pretty sure. But my God, do I hope that they leave that and it's Kali. Oh, I hope so. I don't think they would be able to capture Vecna and have him behind a door. No. Maybe they're keeping Kali, but she could escape. That's the only thing about her powers, unless they're suppressing her powers. I don't know, but this is what I'm saying. This is why I say that there are so many freaking opportunities to tie her back into the show. This was one of my theories, was that she would be at Dr. K's lab. It should be Kali. It should be Kali at the lab. It should be. And I think if it is, we won't find out. That will be the tease at the end of episode 4. Will be the tease that it actually is Kali behind the door. But probably not. But it should be. Oh, also, there is definitely going to be time travel this season. From all the Wrinkle in Time references, Erica learning about wormholes and traveling to a different time. Mr. Clark said, which, by the way, great to see Mr. Clark again. Yeah, time travel is definitely happening. The Back to the Future references that we've gotten so far. It's happening. It's happening, whether we like it or not. I'm personally intrigued, but we'll see how they handle it. Yeah, 44 minutes in, so let's continue. I also just realized that I could plug my lapel mic into my phone so that I could actually have better audio quality for this commentary. So sorry for the first couple videos, but now I have a microphone, so this should be better. But oh, yeah, that better be Kali behind that door. I am so sorry. But then again, that might be too big of a reveal for the lost sister to finally come back in season 5 and she's the hidden subject behind a door. But I really hope so. Anyway, we're also getting major Alice in Wonderland vibes from Holly. But yeah, I gotta say, so far though, episode 3, Turnbow Trap, not my favorite episode so far. I don't want to say it's losing me, but it is just something about the pacing of this episode is feeling a little bit weird. And other than that one potential hint at Kali, I don't know. I don't know where it's going. We still have yet to formally meet Derek, and obviously they're going to be doing the trap at his house later, but anyway, let's see how it goes. Anyway, yeah, I'm just going to say I'm fully convinced that it's a misdirection. It has to be Kali, because I feel like the average viewer is probably not thinking about Kali. So when she said someone powerful like me, people weren't thinking of her. And then when she said Vecna, it was like, oh, okay, yeah, it must be Vecna. Like no one is probably even considering, or maybe they are. And that was the whole point, and they want you to try to think, who else could it be? Maybe it's the sister. I don't know. I don't know. I just really hope so. Okay. Just finished episode 3, Turnbow Trap. Gotta say, least favorite episode so far. something about that episode, it just, that one did not really come together for me. It was a little bit scattered, which is weird because usually around the third episode is when each season really starts to pick up. And yes, with the cliffhanger here, we see the reveal of Max, which is cool, but she looked so unrecognizable there for a minute. I was like, who is this? Obviously, her mind is elsewhere, and she is in this world that Henry has created, evidently, and she's able to talk to Holly in there. She's not there, obviously, in her physical body. Her mind is roaming elsewhere. And yeah, I mean, Derek Turnbow, he hasn't been in it much, but the few lines he has had, exactly what I thought. He hasn't said or done much. So, so maybe he is not that big of a character after all, but somewhat notable enough to put on the posters, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I've also realized as I'm watching, at least with this last episode, I suddenly started to think of so many like plot holes in my head. And I don't know if plot holes is the right word, but just holes in the logic, in the writing, in like, wait, if they're doing this, then why didn't they do this? Or that was really stupid. Like the Murray and Jonathan talking directly behind Nancy, clearly about some sort of proposal. Whose idea was that? That was one of the first things where I was like, why would you do this? Like, so there was that. Then the whole Home Alone style thing with the trap, I feel like it wasn't, like, I don't know. And it has been something on my mind that I didn't verbalize, but the acting does feel a little bit weird in certain areas. It's a little bit spotty. And one of those moments for me personally was like the house trap scene. Lucas hitting the Demogorgon with water balloons. Like, I don't know, something. This is when it's seeming like, wait a minute, this is the kind of stuff they might have done when they were smaller. When they were littler kids, Lucas and the wrist rocket sort of thing, right? That's endearing when they're supposed to be 11. But now they're older, and obviously they look older, and he's throwing water balloons at a Demogorgon and saying, like, catch this. Like, it was giving... That was giving me Disney Channel vibes for a minute there. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't know, but let's see what happens with Max. But yeah, so far, I'm a little bit sour now, suddenly, with Turnbow Trap. But we'll see. And hopefully we end on a cliffhanger that lets us, or a hint that lets us know that it is indeed Kali behind that door. Because I don't want to believe it's Vecna. It can't be Vecna. That's got to be a misdirection. Anyway, let's continue. Last episode of the night. I feel like they're planting the seeds. 21 minutes into Sorcerer. This conversation with Eleven and Hop. She's saying, I know I'm right. I know it's Henry in there. He's like, no, your logic isn't right. Plus, if he's in there, that means that he doesn't have his powers. And if he doesn't have his powers, then there's no way that he could be kidnapping Holly and doing all this stuff. It has to be Kali. It has to be Kali, please. Because it does not make sense for little old Vecna to be sitting behind a door this whole time. He would not allow himself to be sitting behind a door captured by the military. No. It's gotta be Kali. I hope so. Because I gotta say, again, 21 minutes into this episode, I'm still feeling a little bit weird ever since coming out of the Turnbow Trap. And so honestly, the one thing that could turn it around for me right now would be Kali. We still got a long way to go, an hour and 5 minutes, so anything could happen. Let's keep going. Okay, yeah, Robin definitely knows that Will has a crush on Mike, and she looked a little sad because I think she knows that it is unrequited. Still got a long way to go, and they have not referenced the door in the lab yet. We got 50 minutes left. I'm shaking. Hopper just went to open the door, and then it cut to black, and now we're at a different scene. They are holding off showing who is in that door. I am shaking. You can't. Oh, can you see that? Can you see it? You can see it. You can see my hand. It is literally shaking. Anyway, yeah, 23 minutes left. I am shaking. Oh, okay. Let's keep going. Els, what is happening? Oh my god! Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm freaking shaking. I don't even care that Vecna's back. I don't even care. I don't even care. Oh my god. I can't believe they did it. I can't believe they did it. I'm always right, you guys. I am always right. I am on the right side of history. I am on the right side of history. I'm sorry. Lost Sister enjoyers, Lost Sister defenders, rise up. Rise up. Oh my god. The vindication. I cannot believe it. Oh my god. I gotta stop recording. Oh my god. Okay. Just finished episode 4. Also, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, so I mean, first of all, they freaking brought Kali back. I knew they would, because it's the right thing to do. No idea where they're gonna go with that, but holy crap, the vindication, the flashbacks to the Lost Sister. In the end, it's serving a greater purpose. Oh my god. Anyway, so this final ending here with Will. So I don't think it's that Will suddenly has powers like 11 and 1. I think the whole season he's been saying, like, I am Vecna, I'm whatever. I think he's being able to channel Vecna's abilities because of their connection. I don't think that Will is suddenly the 4th remaining test subject, basically. You know, I don't think that's what it is. Not saying that he's a test subject. I think it's because clearly they were showing us that he has the same abilities as Vecna to break the bones and whatever. So, and he's able to tap into Vecna's abilities. And yeah, I'm not sure. Oh god, I gotta be honest, I kind of blacked out when they revealed that it was Kali in the in the room. I'm gonna need to rewatch the back half of that episode. Those were my raw reactions and emotions. I've got a lot to watch, a lot to think of before my live chat on Saturday. So if you'd like to discuss what we just watched with me on Saturday, please join me in my live chat because there's a lot to talk about. Oh my god. I am finally ready to dive into Reddit and see what people are saying, because I know that it's probably not going to be good. I'm scared to look at what people are saying. But oh my God. Wow. You know, I said, I had told myself that if they brought Kali back, which I long believed they absolutely needed to, that season 5 would automatically become my second favorite season behind season 2. And honestly, we don't know what they're going to do with Kali now, though. She might only be in episode 5 and then dies. And then, like, I'm not happy with what they ended up doing with her. So I don't know yet, but I did tell myself that if Kali is back on my screen in the year of our Lord 2025, that season 5 is automatically my second favorite. Just for the sheer fearlessness of the Duffers to bring her back. That alone is why I said if that were to happen, this would automatically be my second favorite season, because it's like, they really did that. If I could applaud right now, if I wasn't holding my camera and holding a microphone, I would be applauding. Again, though, I have no idea where they're going to take it. I don't know. Some of it does feel a little bit messy. This season does feel a little bit messy, and I haven't read what anyone's saying yet about this season. But anyway, oh my God, I can't believe it. Lost Sister enjoyers and defenders for the last 8 years. Rise up. Rise up. We are here. The Duffers had our backs this whole time. We were always on the right side of history. I can sleep happy tonight. Oh my God. Yeah, lots to talk about, so I will see you on Saturday. Bye.